Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the Olympia Troy Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. So really what we're seeing with the new line of Olympia jackets is they're taking a step, away from what we've traditionally seen from them from a styling standpoint, and they're getting into something that's a little bit more modern in their style. Now, what you'll note from looking at the Olympia Troy is this is kind of like the step just below something like the Moto 2 jacket. What you're going to see is you're not going to have the beefier Cordura and 2000D impact zones and the more breathable waterproof liner, but what you're still getting here is a 4-season jacket. You're getting 600D throughout the main chassis and then large mesh panels throughout this piece for around the $300 price point. Now, we saw them introduce the Alpha last year, and the Alpha was going to be very similar to this in style, but it was a full mesh chassis really aimed at 2-season warm weather. So what you're getting with the Troy, again, for around the $300 price point, is a 4-season option. You have a full sleeve thermal, 100 gram, you have a full sleeve waterproof, and you're getting all these mesh panels so you can open those up and get airflow in the warmer months, or you can close it up, put all of your layers in, and in the colder months of the year, have a jacket you can use to ride throughout the winter. And there's a ton of adjustability here that we'll address as we work through the jacket. But before we get to that, let's hit on sizing. Hi-Vis Brian on my left-hand side. He stands at 6 feet tall. He weighs in at 195 pounds, and he has a 42-inch chest. We have him in a size large. This is what Olympia's size chart calls for. And you can see this is going to be more of an American cut. There's a little bit more room throughout the body. But keep in mind, you're also accommodating those extra 2 layers. So to get this sized up correctly, you really want to think about how you're going to be wearing the jacket most often. So if you're using that jacket with those layers in, go ahead and utilize the size chart, and it should get you sized up very closely to how you will want this to fit. You can see it fits Brian spot on, and like I said, he matched up perfectly using that size chart. There's also 3 different colors available. There's a black, a gray, and we have Brian today wearing the Army. Unfortunately, they did not have a high-vis version for him to sport. So as we take a look throughout this, the one thing you'll note around that $300 price point, this is going to sit somewhere in the middle of Olympia's line. Like I said, you could step up to the Moto 2 if you want something more aggressive, if you're really planning on doing more off-road oriented riding. That's where the Moto 2 will get you that extra abrasion resistance and material. But that material comes at a price too. It's going to be very crunchy. It's going to be a little bit heavier. This is going to be a little more lightweight, designed more for urban and street use. And it's going to be a little more comfortable because it's not going to be as beefy as what we're seeing from the Moto 2 from a material standpoint. Like I said, 600D throughout the chassis. You are going to have these large mesh panels, and then you are going to have those 2 separate liners on the inside. Along the top of the collar, you're going to have neoprene with just a simple Velcro closure. One of the things that I like here is if you want to snap that back, there is going to be a little Velcro pop on the inside, so you can actually have that where it's not flapping around. Very thought out and very easy to use, unlike some of the snapback systems we've seen from other manufacturers. And as you work your way down the shoulders, one of the things you'll note is you have an extra layer of 600D material in your impact zone. So on top of the shoulders, and then working its way from the elbows all the way down the forearm. Now if we take a look at the inside of the forearm, you will notice you're going to have these mesh panels on the inside of the forearm as well, and you are going to have a Velcro adjuster to fine-tune the fitment for you, but it's really going to be maximizing the amount of airflow when you need it for this piece, depending on the season you're using. Now the other thing you'll note, the armor in this. It's coming with a CE rated 2 armor in not just the elbows and the shoulders, but also the back, and this is a step up from the armor we've previously seen from Olympia. So all these new jackets that are rolling out are going to be carrying the CE2 armor, where the previous versions of the jackets are utilizing their CE1 armor. Now the armor is going to be retroactive, so you can take it out and put it in the older jackets if you want, and at some certain point those jackets will start to come with that armor, but right now all of these new jackets are getting the upgraded armor as a standard offering, which is a nice bang for your buck offering if you're looking at these newer pieces. Brian, I'm going to grab your hand one more time down here, and we're just going to go ahead and flip this over. You will notice that you have a large Velcro closure to the cuff. If we fold this back, you can see the liners that they kind of peek out the bottom there, that ripstop nylon with that waterproof membrane. And we can go ahead and you can see exactly how large that is as you Velcro it up. So you have plenty of room if you want to wear that over top of a pair of gloves, or if you want to cinch it down and put your gloves over top of that. As you're working down the chassis, you're going to have symmetry coming into play. So both sides are going to offer you pockets, 2 on each side, both top loading. The one thing you'll notice is I have the vents open on the right side. So if we were to close this up, you would see the same design on both sides. Both will have top loading pockets, and then both have this availability to really open it up for massive chest vents with this. And then if we pop this what you'll notice with the top loading pockets, they're not going to be lined, so the pockets themselves aren't going to be waterproof. So you want to make sure that you're not putting any electronic devices in there that you don't want to get wet. Brian, now would be a great time to face sideways, strike the riding position for me, my friend. As we work our way down, we said earlier, maximum amounts of adjustability. You're going to have a snap adjuster at the top, and you can fine tune exactly how that's going to fit for you at the snap. And then below that, you are going to have a slide adjuster. And then at the very bottom, you're also going to have an expansion gusset too. So if you are in the seated position, you're looking at about maybe 2 inches per side, so 4 inches of expansion at the hip. So if you're standing up, you can kind of get that standing position you're looking for. And then if you do sit down and you need a little more room around the waist, that's going to be there for you. And then you're also going to have additional adjusters at the very back at the bottom as well for you. Brian, now would be a great time to go ahead and face backwards for me. So you have neoprene at the collar, like we mentioned earlier, pop reflectivity, blacked out, working its way across the top of the shoulder blade. And like I said, CE rated back protector is going to be a standard offering, and it's CE rated too. So it is going to be a nice step up from what we're seeing, not just from Olympia, but from most of the manufacturers out there that will not include a standard back protector. Olympia is going to offer that as a standard offering within the Troy, and it is getting you that bump to CE level 2 protection. And you will see you're going to have those massive vent panels on the side as well. And like I did for this front, we did for the back, we open up one side. Both sides you can open up if you want to get maximum amount of airflow, but we just opened up one side to give you an idea of what it would look like. And then you are going to have a rabbit pouch at the very base of this. So if you want to place and store those liners as you're starting to take them out, you're going to have a nice sized rabbit pouch at the base of the jacket. Brian, go ahead and face forward for me and go ahead and give her an unzip. I already unsnapped it for you. You were reaching for the snap. We already had it Velcroed back. So as we take a look at this side, so what you'll see first is you're going to have the waterproof liner in this. And like I said, this is that AquaGuard liner. This is going to be available to wear on the inside or the outside of the jacket. And that's one of the things that Olympia has really been known for, is that if you want to wear it on the inside, it will allow water to pass through, but it will block you there. Or if you want to take it out to keep your shell dry, you can actually take the liner out and wear it as a water-resistant or a waterproof jacket on the outside to make sure the shell doesn't absorb water. Go ahead and unvelcro unzip. Now, one of the things that's nice here too is that if you want to take the waterproof liner out and just wear it with a thermal, you can do that. If you want to take the thermal out and just wear it with a waterproof, you can do that. You've got multiple options for how you want to fit the jacket. It is not going to be a destination liner as far as the thermal is concerned, but it is going to be a full sleeve thermal done in 100 grams. So this is really going to be that true 4-season option from Olympia. A massive amount of venting, massive amount of pockets. You can see there's pockets on the inside as well in the waterproof liner, as well as that mesh chassis for the inside of the jacket. So there's simply a variety of combinations you can use to outfit this. If you're looking for that one jacket to pretty much do everything, this is one to consider in Olympia's lineup that does take a bit of a different styling approach from what we've seen from Olympia in the past. Now, there's a lot of riders out there that are utilizing Olympia gear. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, now would be the time to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already utilizing Olympia jackets on their rides. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks, never hesitate to reach out. Give them a shout at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot us an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Olympia Troy Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.